Hi, everybody.
You said it.
I know, I asked if you were ready.
You said it.
Welcome to the post-credit show for April 13th, 2019. We're here to talk about games we've played, movies we've watched, and other assorted nerd junk we have done.
It's a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris. I had experiences. We had experiences.
We did. Shall we start with our it's nerd stuff we've done?
Yeah.
Shall we start with nerd stuff we've done?
Sure.
Okay, congratulations to all those who were nominated and won the Design and Game Award of Alberta.
Yes.
We were happy to be judges for the event. We also got to go to the cool event, which was Wednesday night.
And some of our games won.
Some of the ones we actually nominated and passed through ended up winning, which was cool. And I mean, it was just cool to see people winning and going up and being excited.
Yeah, especially that artsy-fartsy guy.
Artsy-fartsy, he was delightful. He was a delightfully cool dude.
Possibly the most excited person.
Very much, very excited. Well, because like the people from Beamdog were like PR people and that kind of stuff. You know, came up a little bit more prepped. The one guy from Roxley Games who kept winning, Paul. He kept winning, and that was more just he ran out of things to say by the end of it because it's just like thanks.
Coming up the same thing.
Either way, it was delightful. It was really cool meeting a bunch of people, and we hope to see people at the next big thing because
it should be growing from there.
Even not the awards thing, but direct play. So Scott MacArthur, who runs all of that stuff, he's got more stuff coming down the pipeline. So check out direct play. Check out the DAG awards. So that's what, if you look for it on Twitter, that's what you can find. Check it out. Find them. They're cool. It's all very cool. A lot of cool stuff happening, especially if you're in the Edmonton and or Alberta region, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah. If you want games that are kind of developed out of that our area.
Yeah. That was the coolest thing, was like, oh, that was here. Oh, that was here. Oh, these people exist within, like, you know,
our mentioned in a video game. I did not realize that.
Yeah, we've mentioned a couple times. Even in
MDK2, I think it was.
Yeah, even in Mass Effect. Yeah, we were mentioned. We weren't, like, a prominent thing, but Edmonton's in there.
Now time to replay Mass Effect.
Time to replay all BioWare games in search of a place called Edmonton.
Yep.
Either way, we got to experience that, which was really cool.
Yeah, we got out.
Tony had a big party.
We suited up.
Yep. Yeah, we did suit up. Pictures are online. They're also on our Discord channel. One picture. Got to suit up for Tony's party, which was exciting. I'll let him talk about that when he gets back. He's gone right now, if you clearly can't see.
He'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yep. So, yeah. A lot of dressing up this last week.
Yeah, I'm glad that's done.
Oh, I love it.
I don't.
I could dress up all the time.
I don't. Especially after my experience after Wednesday. I'm not going to dive into that, but...
it was an experience. It was good.
It was an experience.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep.
I forgot,
yeah. You're a better man for it now, right?
Am I?
I don't know. Are you?
I don't know. I don't. Learning experience, I guess.
But yeah, check out.
You're supposed to buy new clothes. Just do it.
Yeah. If you need clothes, just go buy clothes. I guess. Don't wait.
I hope that your stuff lasts.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Works for me. Other than that, busting into some games we've played and movies we've watched.
I've done a lot of multiplayer stuff with you guys.
Yeah.
I know we've been spending a lot of time on Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yes, we have.
I don't know. There's something about those games that they're so easy to jump into.
It's the nice piece. They're not long.
No.
For whatever reason, Call of Duty is not aggravating. Like, sometimes you play those multiplayer games, and, like, even if I'm dying a lot, I'm not to the point where I'm like, rage.
I thought we were getting to that point yesterday.
No, I'll say some things I probably shouldn't say and do that kind of stuff, but it's not to the point where I'm legitimately ready to, like, throw a controller down.
Yeah.
With Call of Duty, it's more of a, like, okay, I have to rethink how I'm doing things. So I do, like, I'll take the minute and, like, I'll hide in a corner and kind of just go, like, okay, going this way wasn't working, going that way wasn't working, and again, that's where knowing the maps helps.
Yep. I think we've got to a point where even you and Brian are comfortable with most of the maps now.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I
remember most of these.
Yeah.
The Christmas one was a little It's I mean, it's the same map, but
I know, but it's at nighttime and there's Christmas stuff.
And you blow up into.
I know that it's yeah, but that's my piece. Is like, it's one of those things where, yes, I don't necessarily like. I'm not raging. Like I'd play Heroes of the Storm and I'd get upset over people within the game.
Yeah.
And I think it helps that we're all playing it together and we're ignoring all the other voice
the party
chats.
Chat is prioritized.
Prioritized. So yes, you're ignoring all the other people that we're playing with.
Yeah.
But even this morning, I woke up and I was awake, and I'm like, oh, I'll try and catch up to Dingy or Chris, because like you're level what 37, 38. Yeah. And I'm level 33, so I'm like, if I play for a bit, maybe I'll catch up a little. So I played a bit, and I just muted everybody.
I don't. If they want to say something, it's funny because I find it more amusing when they have mics on the other team.
Yeah. Because
if you kill them, you get a quick.
Yeah, you get the snippet
of theirs. So I YouTubed one guy one time, and you bastard. Yes, I love it.
But yeah, like I don't feel, even Battlefront 2, which we've been playing a little bit of. I don't feel the need to like rage quit that game as much as a lot of other multiplayer games.
I think playing the group so helps.
It has been, but even like we've played Heroes of the Storm together, and it gets to the point where it's like I've said to Brian, it's like we need to stop.
Yeah.
Like you're getting way too upset over this. I'm also like starting to get way too like we're done. Let's switch to like let's go build something in Satisfactory or play The Sims or whatever.
Yeah.
This is clearly not the game for us right now. And both of us have since uninstalled it.
Well, yeah.
Because it's just not that game.
It's one of those games.
But yeah, COD is great because it's like you play. You also mix the teams up.
Yeah, I do.
So like that guy we were playing, Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Was on our team, off our team, and then like he's killing me, and I'm like, I thought we were friends.
There's no friends in war.
No friends in war. Unless they're yellow.
Yeah,
then
they're friends.
Then they're definitely friends because they can't leave you. They can't leave you.
Don't shoot them.
Don't only shoot them a couple times. Don't shoot them
3 times.
Don't shoot them 3 times.
They get kicked out.
Yes.
So we found out multiple times.
Yes. And if you're the party leader, everybody gets booted.
Because of one mistake.
That happened today when I was playing. I ended up on a team from we were 5 people.
Yeah. We
were then down to 2 people really quickly because he did an airstrike and hit a bunch of people, and it was like booted, and then and I'm like, there were only 2 of us, and I like. It was that I'll have really good matches, and then I'll have that one match where it's just like, it's not like I've been doing good, and then mediocre.
Yeah.
It's good, and
it drops hard.
Oh, yeah. Like a solid, tank of a Wile E. Coyote crash. So I was having my Wile E. Coyote moment.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's only 2 of us left, and I'm like, this is not good.
Nope.
This is not a good thing. Hide in a corner.
Rethink, like you said, rethink things.
Yeah. I've been playing COD. We tried the new. We tried the new mode in Battlefront. Galactic.
Yes, we played a few games of those.
Galactic
and those
Supremacy.
are long games.
That is a long game. Yes.
Especially if you really, it's a very seesaw battle.
Yes. Yeah, those were long. That was draining.
Yeah, and I think we only got 2 of them in.
We did. We got two
of them in. We're like, oh, we're done.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes on that game.
It was interesting. It was a different.
It's nice to mix it up.
Mode, yeah.
Yeah. Because again, Call of Duty's cool with just team deathmatch. It works out well. Again, it's quick. It's easy breezy. You know the rules.
Yeah.
Something like Capital Supremacy or what I think that's what it's called, or Galactic Supremacy, whatever it is on Battlefront, is very much a like, okay, we go do this objective, and then the objective changes all of a sudden because now you're on a ship, and then it's like, okay, switch modes to like this kind of thing, and
with the capture. It is capture the.
It's capture the points.
Yeah.
King of the Hills.
Yeah.
Or hold a point for
all of them.
So, yeah. But it's very much just, okay, now the levels is changing, and this is going on, and yes, you can sway the battle back to the ground, and then that part's the team deathmatch piece, where it's like, hey, you've killed 50 of them, back to the ground, and we all go, like...
And then race to your shuttles to...
And then racing to shuttles, and pressing the button.
Yeah, you guys didn't press the button.
There was no prompt to press.
There was.
It didn't show up. I was not standing in the right place, or I was getting shot at, and you can't be shot at. I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know, okay? It didn't work. And I couldn't get on the ship, and I was very sad.
But you made it to the next fight, so it's okay.
You always make it to the next fight, yep. So that part's okay. So either way, yeah, that was cool. Brian and I the other night played some Battlefield 4.
Yes, that's what I don't have.
That one's more of a pain in the butt to get into.
Really? Even after our experience with Modern Warfare?
Modern Warfare, we just couldn't make a party. In Battlefield 4, wrapping my brain around it, you make a squad.
Okay.
So we made it squad. So you can quick join games, but they're like you end up in the map and it's like waiting for more players because no one joins games like that in that game anymore because it's older.
Yeah.
So you can only join pretty much the custom made games that people are playing. Well, if you don't know what you're looking for, and people only want to play specific levels and this and that, and it's very tied down as to what you can and can't do. So we finally figured it out. Playing team deathmatch is no fun in Battlefield 4. You want to play the Conquest one, so you are going for the zones.
Okay.
Again, made by the same people who make Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
But this one it's much more, it's obviously modern war.
Yeah.
The loadout stuff, it's a lot to deal with. Call of Duty does a good job of going hey, you have so many guns with so many attachments, and you unlock them as you level up, and that's just the way it goes. Battlefield 4, you can unlock them in a bunch of different ways.
Pay for them?
I don't think so. I think you have to find them in the game, pick them up, and kill so many people with them as you find them, or you have to play through the single player game to unlock them.
Huh.
There's a lot of weird stuff going down where it's just okay. The fun part is it is 32 on 32 matches.
Yeah.
With vehicles and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
That's fun. But we played one match of that, and legitimately we were okay, that was a lot. And again, if you're hiding behind a wall, that wall can crumble.
Well,
you can shoot through in Call of Duty.
You just get shot through it.
Yeah, you get shot through it. In Battlefield, it's things are destructible. So you were hiding behind a wall. Now there is no wall. Call of Duty, at least I can hide behind the same wall again on my reapproach and hope that they didn't see me run behind the wall to shoot the wall. Whereas, Battlefield, the
wall's gone.
The wall's gone. You're I have to take a different route now because that building I was crawling through is destroyed. Neat.
Yeah. Good old Battlefield.
Yeah. I have Battlefield 4, 1, and 5.
Love how the numbers jump around.
Yeah, that numbering system really broke. And at some point we do want to play Conan.
I should probably install that then.
Yeah. Get on that. I've been playing some NHL 18. I'm still in my...
Be a star.
Yeah, be a pro.
Yeah.
To be a pro mode. I'm still in I haven't made it to the NHL yet. I've got about 1 month left of games to play.
Okay.
I've been trying desperately. So my first character that I made in Be a Pro, we've talked about this before. He got injured all the time, missed a bunch of games, got drafted third round in the NHL sort of thing, which in Be a Pro mode is not what you want.
No.
You want to be...
That's really hard to do.
Yeah. I played no games, so I had no stats. The weirdest thing, and the only reason I put it down, because I've played it, and otherwise I play the game, I shoot, I score,
Yeah.
I'm the best hitter in the league right now, I'm the best scorer, I'm the best assist. Enough.
Best player.
Best player. We tie games, which leads to the shootouts.
Yeah.
We play that kind of thing. But legitimately, I played my first game where when I wasn't on the ice, we'd get scored on.
Yeah.
A couple times I was on the ice, we'd get scored on. All of a sudden, we're down by 4 points. I think I scored a couple goals in the game. But by the end of it, it was 7-4 and we lost. And that was the first time that it actually happened to me within that game. We can usually tie the game back up and bring it to overtime and maybe then lose.
Yeah.
This is the first time where we got our butts handed to us. And I'm that felt actually refreshing to be chasing the lead. Because otherwise, it's you're ahead by some of the games, depending on who you're playing. You look at the stats, and the goalie is junk, and the defense is
Especially
junk.
the juniors.
That's what I mean. I'm the Oil Kings, and there's times where I can barely touch the puck towards the net, and the goalie's and it goes in.
Yeah.
this felt good to actually play a game where it's, okay, I can lose.
Yep.
Good. Because there's no fun in sports games if you win all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
What pisses me off the most, I think, is the penalties. So, like, I'll go in for a body check, and the guy will have the puck, and I want to hit him.
Yeah.
But my character raises his stick, and all of a sudden it's cross-checking. And I'm like...
It's random.
Yep. And that's what gets it. That part gets me. It pisses me off a little, because it's like, okay.
Stop being such a goon, then.
No. Those big hits in that game, feel good.
Scoring goals feels better.
I score those too. The best part, and I think this part's funny too, is they'll show the stats, and they'll be like, oh, like this is, and my last name and my first name are not in the game. So I use my wife's last name. Yeah. Either way, they'll talk about my character, and they're like, oh yeah, he's leading the league in hits. Doesn't score very much. And then in like the next 2 commercial panel things where they're talking, it's like, leading the league in scoring. Like, this team, like, anytime this guy gets on the ice, people are afraid and worried about him getting to the net. And it's like, thought I didn't score very much, good sirs. Thought I didn't score very much. Not in that game. Yeah, no, the game we lost, I didn't score very much.
There you go.
They always tell me I don't score very much. And then I have, like, a hat trick in the game. And they're like, yeah, leading the league in goals. And I'm like... It also feels good when you...
Happy.
Yeah, I know. It also feels good when you actually get good-looking goals in that game.
I just shoot the puck.
I normally just shoot the puck. Like, my whole goal is, like, if I can get puck close to net.
Yeah.
And again, that's kind of one of the rules to hockey. Get the puck to the net. Maybe get those dirty goals if you can, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, though, the computer makes that gorgeous pass, and I have the, like, wherewithal in my head, like, I'm not foggy enough and tired to, like, flick the stick.
Yeah.
So I get that backhand shot that goes in. And it's just like... That was gorgeous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was. It felt good to lose, that was the weird piece that I finished that game and I'm like, I'm okay with that loss. They outplayed us constantly.
See them in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
Beat them up.
Start a fight.
Yeah, totally.
Also, my character in my NHL game is my height and close to my weight, so. Because I tried to make...
No fights.
I tried to make me. He gets into fights. I don't win.
No shit.
I come close the one time. I got him down to, like, one more punch, and he just... Fine. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII.
How's that?
Good. I've never played it before.
Neither have I.
It's a brand new experience. I talked to Tony about it the last time we had a show.
Way back when?
I don't remember when that was. Hold on. Oh yeah, March 30th.
Last month.
Last month. Either way, I was talking to him about it, and I said, the background art is gorgeous. Like, it's drawn out. Like, they did do all of these, like, beautiful art pieces.
Yeah.
And then there is PlayStation Era 1 sprites running around and, like, effects going off. And it's like, oh yeah. Woof. I like it handheld-wise.
Yeah, okay.
It feels less old, I guess is the best way to put it.
Okay. Because
game mechanics-wise, it's good.
Yeah.
It's Final Fantasy. Classic Final Fantasy. It's just those sprites are just, like, you know, Squall's shoulders are a giant kind of dodecahedra, like a 20-sided die almost on his shoulder, with a tiny little pipe going down to a giant, massive circle hand. Yeah. And then you get into the fight, and his model's a little bit better because they've structured him to look like an actual person.
Yeah.
And then you get back to the world map, and you're like, oh yeah, right, I'm a cartoon. Either way, it's a solid game. It's totally fun. It's like $20 on the Switch, so you get it handheld and obviously on TV. Huh?
Gotta save for Cuphead.
I have Cuphead on PC.
I don't.
I know, so Cuphead legitimately for you is a good choice for the Switch. But yeah, Final Fantasy, I've never played it. No, Final Fantasy 7, I've always played Final Fantasy before, not 7 though. So yeah. It's been a fun experience. And I know how the story goes. I know certain people die, I know certain people don't.
Yeah.
I know the fights that happened back in like 1995, 6.
See, I never got into the series, so
I played Final Fantasy 3/6 on my Super Nintendo.
Do you have to play the...
No.
1 through 6 to know what's going on here?
No. They're all separate games.
Okay.
Until they got to 10, and then they did 10-2. And then 13, they did a trilogy of Lightning games. But otherwise, no, they're not connected in any way, shape, or form. So if you play 7 and you go to 8, different world, different bad guys, different everything. Nothing's connected other than you'll get the music, which they stopped doing after a while, which is why I said I liked 7, because all of a sudden it opens up and it's classic Final Fantasy music. You'll get Moogles every once in a while. Cute little guys, big pink nose, ball on their head. Chocobos. Like, there's the themes that run through, but the characters, no one's ever... Like, you don't play Final Fantasy 11 and they're like, remember that Cloud guy? He was super. If they're going to do a sequel to 7, it'll be 7.2.
7.2.
7-2, yeah. Same with all the Super Nintendo games. None of them were connected.
Okay.
And I think the reason I fell in love with 3/6, so it was Final Fantasy 3 here, 6 in Japan.
Okay.
Was that I remember playing that game as a kid, and you get to what you feel is the last boss. You've been leveling up your characters. You've been working on your team. You get to this guy, and he wins.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Like, you finish the fight. But either way, he wins and destroys the world, and you start again with one character and have to re-find everybody again. So what you thought was the end of the story was the midpoint. And when I was a kid, that blew my mind for a video game, because that never happens.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
Like, it never happened. Like Mario, when you beat Bowser...
It's done.
Well, Bowser's...
Kind of.
Most of the time, Bowser's done.
Yeah.
Or he'll transform one more time and you get that last fight.
Yeah.
This game legitimately, like, beat last boss. Yes. And then all of a sudden, things start exploding. You escape, and everybody gets shot across the world, and you wake up going like, where am I? Where are these people? The character I named after myself is not even in existence right now. Like, I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. 7 was one of those games where on the PlayStation it was a bunch of discs. On the PC it was a bunch of discs.
Yeah.
So you'd get to the end of something and it's like, hey, disc 3! And you're like...
One of those games.
You knew it was going to be long.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. And they're not long. They're actually not the longest games anymore, if you look at it and think about it properly, because, you know, we can fit all of those games onto, like... Yeah, we can fit all those games on, like, a DVD.
Yeah.
A Blu-ray disc. Like, a Blu-ray disc, it would take up that much space.
Yeah.
So, we're into that zone of memory when it comes down to it, that it's like, something's not that long, but back in the day it had cinematics.
Ooh.
I know, flashy. And it was long, like, comparatively for a story.
So you're not even close to finishing this one, then?
No. But parts of the story, because I know the gist of the story.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole thing, so I'm getting all the details now, and it's deep. It's an anime story. So again, you're going like, okay. So one of the bad guys is, you know, he finds out or thinks that he was created, not born, but created. So it drives him slightly insane. And of course he has a gigantic sword, so he starts just killing people and lighting things on fire, and you're like, oh, that doesn't normally happen in real life. It does sound like Edmonton. Did you see that video? Yeah. Kudos to the Edmontonians who, you know, followed him and took him down without a large scene, other than a car on fire and then another 13 on fire somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah. Kudos to Edmonton people who were also not in the video that I saw, who were putting cars out with fire extinguishers. So all in all,
good times.
Good job, Edmonton, other than the one weirdo with the gas can.
Yeah, that was really weird.
He clearly needs assistance. I could not imagine driving down the street, coming to a red light, and all of a sudden my hood's on fire.
Yeah.
Because it was not like there was any kind of warning to that happening.
Nope.
Weird things. Check it out.
Society.
Woo!
Real life.
I played more of the Yoshi's Crafted World on my Switch.
Were you waiting for your wife on that one?
I was. She told me not to. So I played the first, like, 3 levels.
Okay.
4 levels, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Just to kind of see what the game was like, so I could talk about it. And then Tony came over, and there needed to be calming. And there's nothing more calming than Yoshi. Because legitimately that game, it's pretty hard to die. There's no big timed things. Like, if you miss a timed thing, you've missed a puzzle that you can go back and solve later. Okay. It's not like the level's going to end and you start getting the, like, ding-da-ding-ding-da-ding-da-ding. This is legitimately, like, you can, you know, walk through the level as a cute little Yoshi and put things together as you're asking Bean to put things together. Like I said the last time I was on the show, the cool thing is when throwing eggs, you can now throw them into the background and the foreground.
Okay.
So, and it does it automatically. If there's something you can hit, it goes like, yep, this is targetable, throw an egg.
Okay.
There's no more down button to, like, make an egg. If you swallow an enemy, Yoshi's just like, blah,
diarrhea.
Pretty much, but eggs.
Solid diarrhea.
Yeah. There's cute costumes in the game that you can unlock. There's extra things you can do, so there's like a hide and seek game almost.
Okay.
Or scavenger hunt is what they call it.
Yeah.
So you talk to the guy and he goes, I need you to find like 6 sheep in this one level. So you go through the level and there's cardboard, like someone's draw. It looks like someone drew on a piece of cardboard and cut it out in the piece or shape of a sheep. Yeah. And you have to hit them with eggs and you have to find all 6. Okay. And when you do, it's going, you found all 6. You've already beaten this level. Do you want to keep playing or do you just want to exit the level and get your prize? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to exit the level and get my prize.
Keep playing.
But yeah, I don't have to because there's nothing else I can unlock in the level. Unless I haven't unlocked something, then I'm like, yeah, I'll keep playing and go grab the rest of the red coins or find the flowers or whatever it happens to be. Yeah. So, simple game, and I'm playing on there's a mellow mode.
You're playing on mellow?
No, I'm not. There's a mellow mode.
All right.
So I think if like my nephew came over, you could pretty much hand
He's
him.
He's gonna play on mellow mode.
Yeah, like you could hand him the controller and he could just like go through the levels, think it's cute, have some fun. Yeah. Nintendo's good for that kind of stuff. Like, I can even play Mario Kart with them. Nice. Because there's, like, the auto throttle and auto steering, and... Yeah. So, like, it'll keep you on the track, but he can still, like, move the controller and the car moves. So he gets the feel of it, but not, like, the disastrous...
Easy mode.
Yeah, because it's not like games used to be Mario. You could hand a kid a controller, he could go sideways, and... They could figure out that jumping over the Goomba was the thing to do, and then if they found out to jump on the Goomba was the thing to do. Like... Yeah. Games nowadays, you hand them Mario Kart. Again, it's not even like Mario Kart used to be. Mario Kart now, you screw up, you're done. Yeah. Unless you're...
Rainbow Road.
Right. So, it's nice that the mode's in there. I haven't tried mellow mode, because I don't need to, but...
you don't need to be mellow.
I am already mellow enough in regular mode. The game also has gumball machines. Okay. So in the level, every 100 coins you get, there's no lives. Because...
You don't die.
You can. Like, you can fall down a hole. You can get hit by an enemy enough where you run out of life. Yeah. But they just go, okay, retry the level. Like, it's not like Mario used to be where it's like, oh, you made it to level 8 and you ran out of level start 1. From 1. Yeah. Nobody cares anymore. It's like, congrats, you've beat all these levels. Just keep playing. Yeah. This one, though, there's these gumball machines, so the more coins you collect, it costs 100 coins to get a ball. And it's actually a little capsule like those toys you can get at, like, Walmart. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you put a buck in and... Yeah. And a little capsule comes out. These are filled with costumes for your character that can provide extra defense. Okay. So you get, like, 3 hits, and then it will break in the level. Yeah. And you have to go back and re-equip it. But, like, one of the costumes is a tiny milk carton. And they cut the top off, so he puts the top on as a hat, and he carries the rest of it around, like... So he looks like a milk carton. Some of them are specific to the level, so he'll look like a car. Yeah. But it's pieces of cardboard cut out and glued together, so he, like, can carry it. Huh. It's pretty cute. They're cute, but they're useless. To me, because, again...
Defense.
I don't need the defense. And if I did, then I'd equip one. Yeah. So, either way, they're cool. But yeah, it's not random. Each gumball machine shows you what's in the gumball machine. Yeah. And if it's come out of the gumball machine, you don't get doubles.
You just get coins.
You get nothing. You legitimately, like, once you've emptied the gumball machine, it tells you you've emptied this gumball machine. So, if there's 10 gumballs and you have 1,000 coins, you can unlock every costume. Yeah. And you're done.
For the whole game, or...?
No, for that specific gumball machine, yeah. So there's different... The more worlds you go through, there's more gumball machines. But it's not random Well, it's sort of random. But But by the time you get to the end of the gumball machine, like, you're getting all the costumes.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're paying a bunch of coins just to get, you know, the milk carton over and over and over again. And once you've gotten the milk carton, you're done.
Good.
Which is nice.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, because Tony was playing and he's like, oh, one of these things that just sucks your coins. And I'm like, well, it does, but it's meant to. Like, you can look at the costumes and go, I don't want any of those costumes, and go to the next one. And I'm like, or because playing the game, we've unlocked, you know, 800 coins in the last level.
Yeah.
We'll just buy all the costumes and have them. And it's like, oh, that's all it does. And I'm like, yeah, there's no microtransactions. It's not like, you know, pay Nintendo $50 and you'll get all of it. It's legitimately earn coins in game, unlock costumes, somewhat randomly.
Yeah.
But again, it takes you 2 levels to get almost 1,000 coins. Like, it's not hard.
It's like a pretty easy game.
Yeah. Jim Gaffigan, I watched his, so I'm moving into things I've watched. Jim Gaffigan's got a new special out on Netflix. He's delightful.
I'm trying to think of who that is.
Taller guy, white hair, kind of chubby.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He used to be on a TV show that I can't think of the name of.
The 7-Day Show?
No. Well, maybe he was on it at one point, but no. I'll show you a picture of him after. But either way, he does most of his... He does the Hot Pockets gag. So he's talked about Hot Pockets. He usually talks about food. This one, he opens up and starts talking about his wife's brain tumor.
Oh, good.
And you're like, oh, no. And he's like, she's fine. And you're like, okay, good. Like, let's get that out of the way quick.
Yeah.
And then he starts making the jokes about, like, he's like, I was worried because, you know, 5 kids is a lot of kids to put up for adoption.
It's true.
If she would have passed away, sort of thing. Because that's, he's like, I was afraid if she passed away, like, I have 5 kids, that's a lot of kids to put up for adoption. Not that he'd have to take care of them, that he was just going to get rid of them.
It is the guy I was thinking of.
All right. I find him really funny. He's super cool, and he pretty much has a new Netflix special every year.
All right.
So he pumps out the comedy.
Whatever works.
It's still funny, because that was my thing with this one. I'm like, you just put one out, like... What new material could you possibly... My wife had a brain tumor. I'm like, oh, that's new. That's some new material.
Totally new.
Yeah. I also watched the Game Grumps, Jamie Lee Curtis guest grumps. So not normally do I talk about the other YouTube channels a lot, but this one was interesting just because...
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis and her son...
Maybe he watches and told her to...
Maybe.
Come on. That seems like a weird guess to...
Right. Come on, Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Either way, they played Mario Party.
Okay.
It was pretty funny to like listen to.
How
was
is she?
She's that person who's like, which buttons am I pressing? Like, what am I doing?
But was she?
She was
making
funny.
Jokes?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'd be like.
So
I imagine her being like uncomfortable around them.
No, she wasn't. She slid right into like all the gags, all the jokes, all of the like. Aaron wasn't wearing shoes.
Okay.
So she kept making fun. She's like, you're a very nice young man, except for the fact that you don't wear shoes. She's like, it makes you look dumb. And he's just like, oh.
Wow. Being made fun of by Jamie Lee Curtis.
Pretty much. And then she was trash talking for a bit when they were doing the whole like actual Mario partying. Like It's like, oh, did we get stars and you guys didn't? I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out who's winning. And you're just like, damn, Jamie Lee Curtis. So that was cool. Just Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, that's a really well. They're based out of LA, aren't they?
Yeah. So like they've had Weird Al on, and Weird Al I kind of got.
Yeah.
Because Danny does music stuff and comedy music stuff, and
they get along. Like
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you can see it's like maybe he met Weird Al somewhere, and something. A lot of the guest people that they have on, you're like, okay, I get this. Jamie Lee Curtis was just the most random person, and Dan's like, I only want one question answered. And he's like, my girlfriend, she's scared spitless of like the Halloween movies.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I have to know is the guy that played Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Was he like a really cool guy underneath the costume? And she's like, oh my God, such a nice guy. Like, she's like, usually the people are in those movies. She's like, if you watch the horror stuff, she's like, usually the guy in the creepy costume is the nicest guy on set.
Has to be.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm done. I have no more questions for you. And he's like, I don't want to be that guy that like meets Jamie Lee Curtis and bombards her with questions. Then she made him sing for her.
All right.
So she knew some Ninja Sex Party songs, so she made him sing one of them.
Nice.
And it's just like, this is cool.
Still really weird.
It was, and that's because normally I don't even send you guys those videos because I mean I watch. That's what I do before I go to bed now. Is there's 4,000 videos with the two of them.
Yeah, and they're not very long.
They're like 10 minutes a piece, so I usually watch them, and it's like, okay, these were funny. This one was legitimately like, I'm just gonna like leave this one in our group chat because, huh? So yeah, that one was cool. Go check that one out if you don't already know about Game Grumps and the fact that they did that. Go watch. And the last thing, I've been watching a lot of the press stuff for Avengers Endgame.
Getting psyched for it.
Yeah, because they kicked off all of their stuff. So, guy who plays Happy directed Iron Man.
Jon Favreau.
Thank you. Jon Favreau was leading a panel, a press conference panel. So he had all the questions on cards and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the Collector did it the last time. Why can I not
Benicio
think of
del
names?
Toro?
No, not the Collector. His brother.
Benicio del Toro has a brother?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. They're brothers in the MCU. Not maybe in the MCU, but in the comics.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that guy who collects the Hulk and Thor. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. The Supreme something.
Bean?
No, it wasn't. I don't know. I forgot who he plays. He was so good, too. But either way, Jeff Goldblum did the last one for Avengers.
Okay.
This time it was Jon Favreau. But either way, he's like, the Avengers! And the screen the curtain lifts.
Yeah.
And there's like 6 of them and then a bunch of empty chairs. And he's like, oh, it seems we're missing some people.
Wonder why.
So he's like, I guess you guys can like, so Don Cheadle's like way at the back. He's like, I guess you guys can move like closer to the front.
Yeah.
Take some seats and that kind of stuff. And then they had Jeremy Renner come out and Ant-Man and Paul Rudd come out.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it was like anyone who survived was there. And then like they called in the last 2 because they weren't there in the last movie sort of thing. Yeah. So they got to come and sit down and just answer some basic questions. So again, it's like, Robert Downey Jr., did you see this happening when we first started doing,
yeah,
Iron Man? And he's like, I know I talked a big game. Like, you ain't seen nothing yet. And he's like, I did not expect this. Oh, yeah. He's like, when I said that, it was not leading to this. Like, it couldn't have. Like,
no.
And even so it goes to Kevin Feige. It's like kind of same question. You were involved right from the beginning. Yeah. Is this what you saw? And he goes, no. Like, again, we knew something big was happening.
Yeah.
He's like, we filmed the Sam Jackson piece without people knowing. And he's like, so for us, we knew that was big.
Yeah.
Because there's that world-building piece.
Sam Jackson.
Well, like, Nick Fury's coming in, so it's not just an Iron Man movie anymore. Now there's, like, we've mentioned the Avengers. We know there's going to be something.
Yeah.
Again, didn't think 21, however movies later, like, this is what we'd be doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just insane. So that was a cool way to start things off. Obviously, Jimmy Kimmel, being ABC,
his thing.
Is getting, yeah.
So
he had 6 of them on first, like, right off the bat. 4? 4, yeah. Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, and Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I watched those 4.
Yeah. So, yeah, he had those 4 on first, which was pretty good interview. And again, none of them can answer questions.
I do like the Scarlett Johansson.
Thanks. All right. Scarlett Johansson.
Where he was talking, or you're at your own show.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Sorry, what was that?
What?
Yeah.
He's like, it's been announced. Like, they've been announcing stuff forever.
And that's where, and then Robert Downey's like, it's funny because, they asked Kevin the same thing, and he's like, oh, well, yeah, I don't know. But they have all the stuff.
Yeah. They've been making announcements and casting people. Like, this movie has people in it.
Or, yeah, her show. Yeah, her movie, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, Robert Downey, you guys, what's going on? It was great.
I watched the other one with Jeremy Renner came out for Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
And he had an Ant-Man shirt, so he got like the Avenge the Fallen.
Yeah.
He has that Paul Rudd's one on a T-shirt.
Nice.
And then there's one that they got when they first started all the press tour stuff where like they're holding each other.
Yeah.
And they got it printed so it says 50-year-old virgins. Coming soon to a theater near you.
Yeah.
And they're like, and Jimmy Kimmel's like, well, what is this? And he's like, well, I can't talk about Avengers. Like, he's like, I can't say anything. Like, I can't confirm this or deny that or like, there's nothing. So he's like, so we made up our own movie and this is what we'll be promoting until Endgame comes out. So anytime he asked a question, he's like, 50-year-old virgin coming to a theater near you soon. When he couldn't answer a question, and say he did the same thing. He's like, so like they announced today that there's a Hawkeye show coming out on this Disney Plus platform thing, and Jeremy Renner's like, what? There's a who? I don't what?
Yeah. Probably the biggest movie of the year.
And you can't say a word.
Anything.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so like it's one of those pieces where you're just like, okay, cool, neat, solid. So the interviews are fun because they can kind of just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Which is why I always liked the Craig Ferguson as an interviewer because he would just ask them about life.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, you have a movie? That's nice. Like, who cares? Let's just talk.
What's your favorite part of the older movies?
Sure, but that's even what they're getting to is, you know, Jeremy Renner's favorite line was to Scarlet Witch in Ultron when it was like, I'm a guy in a bow on a floating city. Like, come on.
Yeah.
He's like, I think that was my most kicked butt. Like,
I like that.
He's like, I'm kind of quiet.
I like that he did that improvised line.
Yeah.
Where they'll never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ultron. I see him. Ultron was sitting on him. that whole part was improvised.
Yeah. And then you have, oh man, what was it? Oh yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's like, so you're playing like Hawkeye and or Ronin in this movie, and he's like 50-year-old virgin coming out. This like, yeah. He's like, I can't say these things. And then even Don Cheadle, it's like, well, can you give us a little, like, you know, do you have your own movie coming out? Like all these people are getting shows, like. When are we going to see War Machine again? And he's like, I can't discuss that. And he's like, well, have there been discussions about that you can't discuss it? And he's like, have you been involved in discussions you can't discuss? And he's like, I can't discuss discussions I may or may not have had. Like, they went on for a good solid 2 minutes of like, but are you saying you can't discuss the discussions you have or have not had because of the discussion you have had? Or...
Try to trap him.
Pretty much. Robert Downey Jr. is having a pre-screening at his house Easter weekend.
Yeah, I saw on a loop.
Yeah. And then so he asked Don Cheadle, he's like, well, are you going for that? And he's like, no, I wasn't invited to
Everybody's invited.
Well, and he's sitting there and so he looks at the camera. He's like, Robert, like, we've made some movies together. Remember me? Like, it's Don Cheadle. Can I come over for Easter?
Buddy.
Can I come over? It's like, and he's like, have you been to Robert Downey Jr.? So he's like, yeah, I've been to the mansion. I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
And he's like, so he's got a big TV, and he's like, well, yeah, he's got a big TV. He also has a movie theater. Like,
yes,
so I guess you'll be watching it in the theater. And he's like, again, I won't be there, so.
No idea.
And then the last cool thing, and again, it's another YouTube channel, but Scarlett Johansson was on Hot Ones doing interviews. She had to eat hot wings down the like from least hot to hot.
Yeah.
And answer questions about and more again her career because they knew. Nothing was happening. Like, he couldn't get questions out of her for Endgame. By the time
I thought it was said though she almost spilled something.
No, it was on the Hot Wings episode. It was more she got to the last wing and couldn't talk anymore.
Okay.
So he's like, listen, Hot Wings usually bring out the truth in a lot of people, so I'm just gonna say some things. And he's like, we'll judge by your reaction as to like, you know, whether they're gonna come true or not. So he started rambling off a bunch of like, you know, oh, Thanos is actually going to turn out to be the good guy and da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, he just started rattling off a bunch of random theories, and she's just sitting there slowly dying from the heat of the hot wing. And he's like, I think we all understand how this movie's going to go down now. Like,
of course.
But it was funny because she starts very composed, and you're thinking, Disney's watching.
Yeah.
Obviously, all of these interviews and press things, and you have to be a little bit cautious. So she's under her breath not saying certain words.
Yeah.
and like finally she gets about halfway through the hot wings, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh shit, because it's getting too hot. And by the end, she's dropping F-bombs and like, and you're just going, hot wings really make people lose their composure.
A little bit. Sensation of burning.
It really was. And then they had gotten her some beers.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I need something other, like the milk's not helping, the water's not helping. Like, they're like, what do you know? She's eating rice. They got her some beers. They're trying everything to try and get her through the hot wings. Speaking of which, Jim Gaffigan, taking it back to my other thing, couldn't get through all the hot wings on his Hot Ones interview. So for a guy who loves food, terrible. He does not like spicy food. I think he made it to 7 or 8 hot wings. And
terrible.
Either way, that was...
Yeah, there was one with Mark Ruffalo, Karen... Gillian,
yeah.
And Chris Evans were there.
Oh, yeah.
They gave me 5 endings.
Oh, yeah.
They're not telling me. In one, he gets married. And just like, how Chris Evans described it, he just everything comes out like a bodily fluid.
Sure.
Ruffalo, so I should be wearing a diaper? Yes.
With his modesty cloth. Yeah, no, the interviews have been fun. The press for this
and then you hear Tom Holland couldn't film with anybody.
Yeah.
Wasn't allowed to.
No.
He was given parts of the script, not the whole thing.
Pretty much his lines for the day. Well, because even the last time...
You wonder how much of that is true.
But he ended up on Jimmy Kimmel the last time, like, night of the premiere. And he's like, yeah, they gave us fake scripts, so you never knew what was real and what was true, like what was fake. And he's like, so you're reading one, and it's like Spider-Man goes to space. And he's like, and then you find out it's true. And they all look at him like, dude! Like, if he would have ended like, I got a script that goes like, Spider-Man goes into space, like, come on.
Yeah.
Completely different, and that's where most of their delivery lines are coming, is like, oh, like, what if this happens? Sort of like...
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Tom Holland, that's... Anybody who's dusted isn't doing interviews, and I'm pretty sure it's Tom Holland's fault. That's just how they're keeping him off the press circuit.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch knows everything.
Yes, he does.
He's read the entire thing.
But he's also an composed Englishman.
So Holland.
He's not composed.
He's English.
He is English. He ain't composed. He's geeking out over everything. Benedict Cumberbatch is like, I'm playing a wizard? All right. Like, I don't think Cumberbatch has the exact same attachment.
Yeah.
Like, Tom Holland gets Spider-Man and goes, like, you know, posts pictures of himself with Spider-Man action figures in his Spider-Man pajamas, like, oh my God! I've been preparing for this my whole life. And now they won't let me say anything. Yeah, the press tour has been fun. Even it was Robert Downey Jr.'s birthday, and it's like, oh yeah, they got you with this, and they got you with that, and like Chris Hemsworth is sitting behind him, like, your present's coming from Australia. You see
just the exchange there.
Yeah, and you see like Jimmy Kimmel like passing him something, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, never mind, like I forgot I brought it with me. It's a tape dispenser.
It's really expensive.
It comes from Australia. Do you know how much it costs to get that
full
thing?
roll. That was great because they kept showing each other's birthday and what they got for each other's birthday. Just a whole bunch of Photoshop
new pictures.
And yeah, Chris Hemsworth was left out of it.
Yeah.
Nobody got anything for Chris.
Yeah. It's fine, whatever. Don't like you guys anyway. And then, did you watch the one Jimmy Kimmel made them read, twas the night before Thanos or whatever? So, to get kids picked, refreshed and not traumatize them with everybody dying, there was a kid's book about, the whole thing. And it was, so everything rhymed, and it was, like, the ending of Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
So it all rhymed, and essentially, like, one of the lines is, like, if only Thor would have aimed for the head. And, Thor's just sitting there, and he's like, you know what? Screw you guys. He's like, this was clearly that Star-Lord character's fault, not mine. He's like, if he wouldn't have gotten so upset over his stupid girlfriend dying and just focused on the task at hand, we wouldn't be here right now. At least I hit him.
Well, he hit him too. Kind of.
But yeah, the excitement's up for Endgame. And yeah, obviously Disney and the press tour junket is, they're pushing hard now, so.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We'll be seeing nothing but the Avengers on the internet for the next 2 weeks.
Speculation. Oh.
Yeah. And hopefully Mark Ruffalo keeps his mouth shut.
He should.
Yeah.
He's done better.
He has. He only let the one slip. And again, it was one of those things where it's like, is what he said really going to happen? Where it's like, like half the people might end up dead. And you're like,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah. I think it was more than half, though.
On screen, it was half. They showed us half. It was an even number of people that lived and died. That's why they didn't show Shuri dying.
I guess.
So they showed us an even number of people versus how many were standing at the end.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see.
Imagery balance.
Yep.
I'm done.
Okay. Other than multiplayer stuff, not
Yes.
much has been going on.
Fine then. Be that way.
I've been tempted by that sale, and I finally caved.
Yes.
Where it was Dishonored, Dishonored 2, and Dishonored Death of the Outsider.
Oh, cool.
So it's essentially 3 games.
Yep. I played the first one.
And well, I finally caved and bought it because it was 3 games for like $60.
Yeah, $20 a game.
So like that's sure.
Yep.
Did it. Playing through the first one right now.
Yeah. Fun game.
Well, I've played a little bit of it before, but
Yeah.
this is the farthest I've
gone
into it.
Yeah.
You have a very Bioshocky feel to it.
Very much
that's
so.
why okay, because these guys made Bioshock.
Yeah.
Or Arcade Studios did.
Yeah.
But
Either way.
Yeah. I know some of the trophies in this.
Mm-hmm.
Go through the game without killing anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you do that.
Legitimately, that's the
you choke them out.
You're choking out. You're bamfing here and there to avoid I always called it bamfing, but yeah, I don't know what the teleporting.
Yeah.
Doohickeys.
Blinking.
Blinking.
Yeah.
Blinking actually makes more sense, but yeah, bamf.
Yeah.
You're teleporting from here to it's legitimately that's the puzzle of the game is you can make it through everything without
killing.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Good for you.
Well, I'm killing people.
Oh.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah. No.
Like in your missions, you have the non-lethal way of getting rid of it. Tell you that first one was a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm. I tried being sneaky because I like being sneaky.
Because you had to brand them.
Yeah.
And try to get that body back all the way back to where I was before. Like, such a pain in the butt. It would have been just easier just to kill him.
Would have been easier. Would have been easier just to destroy him.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game. Like I've enjoyed it so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm well on the 2nd level, 3rd level. Because you escaped the prison, his first son.
I don't remember any. Yeah.
I think on the 3rd level. So get there.
Nice.
I think that's really the only single player game I played. I've been sick. You can't tell.
Really?
I've been sick and dying. And school finished, so that was a bit.
That helps.
Essays and such.
Yep.
Are done.
Got off head.
Yeah. Because this has been on in my house quite a lot.
Yep.
Sing.
Oh yes, we just watched that too.
Well, I've watched it at least a dozen times now.
Yeah.
Because the nephews are really liking
that.
Because
it's cute. They're
they
singing.
like this. I think they like the songs.
Yep.
Because even Coco and Moana.
Yeah.
They move around and do their own thing, but once the songs come on, it's
Funk.
It's okay.
Well, we were talking about that with the Disney stuff before. It's like in the newscast where those Disney songs, the nostalgia factor, but they're catchy tunes.
Yeah.
They have good people writing songs.
Yeah, so they're like singing. They love the Johnny, I think it is.
The monkey?
Yeah.
The ape? Yeah.
They love his song.
Yeah.
And the squids dancing or the shrimp or whatever
at
the end.
Yeah.
Those 2 songs, yeah.
The little red pandas. The little
so
Asian.
much.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It's actually a solid flick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I've watched it. Like I said,
I could not watch it that many times, but yeah, no, it's
the songs are catchy enough.
Yeah, background noise sort of thing.
Pretty much.
Watch the kids enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I try to get them to watch The Lion King, because there's songs in there.
I just can't wait to be king.
That song, they were so close to that song, and he left. And I had to stop the movie because they were just walking through the Pride Land.
Yeah. And then it gets so colorful and like, ugh, so nice.
I know, right? Yeah, Captain Marvel. I saw a while back.
March 16th, we talked about that one.
Yeah.
Were you here for that?
No.
All right.
That's how long it's been.
Captain Marvel. Because I had to do that last week or 2 weeks ago with Tony, where I'm like, Tony, you saw Captain Marvel, and he's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been that long.
Captain Marvel. What did you think? The Marvel's Captain.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was a different take on Skrulls.
Yeah.
Not much to say about it.
It's kind of it's my piece. Like there's top tier Marvel.
What I expect from Marvel,
and especially an origin Marvel movie.
Yeah.
That's my piece. Is like
I didn't realize some things when I look at the IMDb stuff.
Oh.
Well, like when she's talking with the little girl about picking the colors.
Yeah.
One of the ones she does is the Shazam character's colors.
Nice.
I'm like, I didn't even realize that.
Apparently, in the Shazam movie, there's a cute little nod to like Captain Marvel, like Marvel's Captain Marvel, but to like just one little like anecdote in there, kind of at a Shazam's name used to be Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And then apparently they throw in a Captain America joke.
Oh.
Into the DC movie.
Nice.
So it's like, isn't that cute? We can all start kind of getting along a little bit.
Kind of.
As long as Zachary Levi's involved and they can have fun at DC, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a Marvel movie. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to how... I think I know how the second one will play out.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see where...
I have a feeling you'll be... I'm hoping what it is... the hell's his name? Lee Pace.
Oh, Ronan.
Ronan is kind of the central villain, because he even says we'll come back for the thing. And he's talking about her. Yeah. So I'm hoping it's
hunting her down somewhere.
He teams up with Jude Law's character, and they go hunt her.
So somewhere in the 2000s ish.
Could, but you won't know because it's going to be in space.
Yeah, but a prequel of some kind.
But and then you could get more involved in the Kree.
Yep.
How the Kree maybe she does enough damage to the Kree Empire that
we get to the Ronan the Accuser piece of it all.
Why he's like that, and how the Kree go with team up with the Nova.
Yeah.
Or alliance with the Nova Corps. And how they're almost forced to do that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, there's the cosmic stuff's pretty cool, and again, James Gunn being back helps tremendously with a lot of that.
Well, he's back for Guardians 3.
He's back. Like, let's face it. If they're getting him back for Guardians 3, then they're getting him back. His brother knew, by the way.
What?
Sean Gunn.
He was coming back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would hope so.
So he knew, like a couple weeks, I guess, before they even made an announcement.
Yeah.
That he was like. It wasn't just like they called him when they're like, so you're back in, cool? And he's like, cool. And then they like tweeted it out.
Yeah.
He knew in advance and he told his brother. And then obviously told his brother not to say anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the cosmic stuff, I'm excited for the cosmic stuff. Obviously the Fox deal's done, so there's some pieces
we could
there
add some other characters in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. That's what I'm hoping for the second one is more Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah.
Taking on more of how he became who he was in Guardians.
I'm excited what we get from Skrulls out of this now too.
It's a different take. Like I said, it's a different take.
Well, but even there can be good Skrulls, which I'm totally cool with. We can still get.
I think there's one still on Earth.
There's still one on Earth, and he might not know what's going on, and that things have changed, and that like life is good now, and he's like building up this.
He becomes Super Skrull.
He could. Who knows?
And then you tie in the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like there's all those pieces that came out of Captain Marvel where I'm like, there's some like good storytelling bits in here that we can move going forward.
Yeah.
You know, Goose the Cat was fun.
I like my mom's reaction to that actually.
Oh yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
Because they were texting me because they went separately from when we saw it.
Yes.
And I'm like, how many credit scenes are there? And it took me a while to figure out what they were talking. I didn't realize they went.
Oh yeah.
And I said, there's two. Oh, we just saw one. Okay, which one did you see?
Yeah.
And, oh, okay, yeah, there's one more. And at the same time, I didn't look at my phone for a while, and I get my message from Mom. This last one better be worth it. And my brother, and at the same time, my brother's texting me. He's like, "Yeah, Mom said it better be worth it, but she never finds the last one's worth it, because when we saw Civil War,
sure,
when the last one was the spider,
yeah,
I think coming up, she's like, what was that?
Spider-Man, man, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
yeah.
So I got a text from her. That was not worth sitting there for. Yeah. Watch a cat give up a hairball.
That was worth it. Totally worth it.
Totally
worth it.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, good flick. And like we were talking about before, it was fun seeing Sam Jackson have fun.
Happy.
Yeah. Have fun in a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Weird.
And again, not that he doesn't have fun in the other Marvel movies, but he has to be that serious, like...
I've seen some shit.
Yeah, like I've gone through, this is... And it's fun because the internet's like, well... Because the internet, like I've been saying every time we talk about this movie, is they were mad that he was so kind of happy-go-lucky. Because they're like, he shouldn't have been. Nick Fury isn't happy-go-lucky. He's, da-da-da. And I'm like, he was still a serious agent. Like, he was getting stuff done.
Yeah.
And it's like, but someone noticed when he, like, flashed his badge.
Yeah.
Level 3.
Yeah.
By Winter Soldier.
He's level 8, isn't he?
10. Like...
He gets there.
That's 7 levels of things happening.
I would assume by the end of that movie, before at least.
I'm thinking he might have gotten a promotion. So either way, by the end of that movie, that's like still 6 levels of things he's gone through.
Almost 20 years?
Yeah.
By the time Iron Man came out, that was what? No, that was 15, 10 years.
I don't remember. But yeah, like, essentially, it's been a while. Coulson in this movie is legitimately, like, just starting as a level 1.
Yeah.
And, by Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Coulson's level, what, 7 or 8?
Something like that.
But that's what I mean. It's like, these two are just starting. It's not a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people nitpick all the time.
I know, and that's why is he so happy? And I'm like, because he hasn't Nick Fury'd. He's still got 2 eyes, like...
Kind of, yep.
Yeah. And I love the piece of the eye thing where it's,
Oh...
The stories are already happening.
With the creep, yes.
And legitimately his line in, Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Actually works, where it's like, I lost it because that was the last time I trusted someone.
Yeah.
He did. There was a bond there.
He thought.
He thought there was. So, no, totally cool movie. It's making tons of money.
It hit $1 billion.
It's past $1 billion, yeah. So it's
not surprising at this point for Marvel.
No, but
it's just how fast do you get there?
It's how fast you get there, and not all of them make it. And the fact that this again was their first solo female flick.
Yeah.
Like, if they pull off what I hope they pull off with the Black Widow movie, like
spy movie.
Yeah.
Taskmaster.
Ooh, that'd be so good. I don't even care if it's legitimately just a spy flick with no big bets. Taskmaster would be fun.
I think Taskmaster is the way you go with that.
That'd be cool. I'd be down with that. But that's what I mean. Like,
because then you could tie him into a whole bunch of other people.
Oh, for sure.
He's that guy.
Just have him pop up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's my thing is, like, there's so many pieces that they can do for a Black Widow movie. And we already know Scarlett Johansson can do, Black Widow.
Yeah.
So.
You base it back in early 2000s.
Yeah.
And she is fighting Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Which still makes Taskmaster old enough or young enough to be a future person.
Yeah, no, there's lots of ways they can go. But it's promising now that, and they've all talked about it because even Scarlett Johansson, they've been doing interviews and they're like, how does it feel now that there's, Brie Larson's there and, you've got some of the other girls. And she's like, it's nice. She's like, before, not that the original 6 Avengers sort of thing, like, 5 guys, her.
Yeah.
She's like, not that it was, like, bad locker room talk. And she's like, but it is 5 guys.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I can roll with those punches, and I can do that. Like, she's like, I'm fine. And she's like, and they were great guys. And she's like, but it is very nice all of a sudden once you have Elizabeth Olsen and, I can never remember her name, but the lady who plays the general in Wakanda.
Yeah.
Like her, like she's like, we start gathering and all of a sudden it's like, and then Bree's there, so all of a sudden, like we have our own little girl group, and she's like, it's so nice because you can just sit there and talk with women.
Yeah.
So it's, but the more they keep building up to it, and again, Captain Marvel making $1 billion after people were complaining about it online before it even came out. That just shows Marvel, keep doing movies with female leads, please. Because I want a Black Widow movie. I would take a Shuri movie. It like
that might be a stretch.
Depends on how they pull that kind of thing. But just her character's so likable.
Yeah.
They could throw her into something. Yeah. I'd be down with it.
Yeah, totally.
When she becomes, maybe she's the lead for Black Panther too, because T'Challa never comes back.
Yes, he does.
So.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. He's dead. He got dusted.
So did she.
I know. Or did she just go into hiding like the intro? No, she dusted, guys. Dusted.
She dusted. They found her ashes.
Yep.
That's Shuri?
Yeah, that's definitely Shuri.
Like her?
Yeah. Definitely Shuri. If you read the novelization of, because they did a novelized version of Infinity War.
Yeah.
There's this point in, you're in Tony Stark's head.
Oh God.
As Peter Parker dusts.
Yeah.
And it's just like even more heartbreaking than what was on film, where he looks at Peter as a son and like, you know, I loved him sort of thing, and now he's gone, and it's like, oh my God. Oh my God.
It's true.
Then all they had to do, and I don't know if they threw it into Rocket's head at all, but it's like, that's all I need, and I would just be a broken man inside.
Yep.
Hello, Pancake. What did you think of Infinity War and Captain Marvel? What do you mean you haven't seen Captain Marvel yet? What do you mean they won't let you into movie theaters? You poor thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
There you go. Yeah, hopefully we'll play some Conan, and if we do play some Conan, I'll try and hit a button to do some streaming. Depends on which options we have available in Conan.
Yep. We'll see.
Because some of it might not be safe to stream, so... Because that's why Brian and I didn't stream it when we had it on PC.
That's probably safe stuff.
Probably! So you might not see Conan, but we will be talking about it, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super surprised at how much I am liking Call of Duty.
It's an easy thing to jump into.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, maybe that's what it is. It's the ease of it.
Maybe.
Other than gathering a squad together.
Other than, yeah. Nat types, baby.
Strict. Don't know why.
Fixed that problem. Mine's open now. I have my ways, but I can mess with all of my stuff because it's all...
I can't. Brian can.
Brian can. He's getting new internet anyways soon, so...
Well, there you go.
It's no use messing with it until he gets new boxes to mess with.
There you go.
Yeah. It's just port forward.
You could tell the guy to make my NAT open.
No, you can't. You can't do that. You have to go in yourself and do it. But can I get my NAT opened, please? And the guys like the TELUS guys just like,
what?
Because 90% of the time those guys show up knowing absolutely nothing. They can run a wire. They know where to run the wire to, and they know where like it's like, oh, this plugs into this box. Then they tell me to check the speed. Done.
Yeah.
Can I have those passwords, sir? I have work to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, Call of Duty. Super fun. We should try streaming that one night.
I don't know if you want to watch that.
Watch me die constantly. Shoot to kill, shoot to kill, shoot to kill.
Oops, I killed my teammate.
Yeah, you said shoot to kill. You didn't say who to shoot
It's true.
and what to kill.
It's true.
Either way, thank you for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. You can find us, more of our stuff, at barrelrollnews.com. If you can't find our video archives on Twitch, you can find them on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, you should totally go watch us on Twitch.
Yeah.
Just saying. It's a more...
At the same time.
It's a better experience.
Surround sound.
Wow. What's the THX sound?
Yeah.
Wow.
And with that...
Yeah, and we'll just turn Nick off. With that, though, go to our website. You can check out all of our old stuff. You can also check out our social media stuff so you can stay up to date with what we are and aren't doing. With that, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week, and hopefully at some point during the week.
Bye.
Bye! Hold on, I gotta... Oh, no!